Broadcasting from the Studio Clubhouse, Radio Free Radio, WRFR, Hampton, Virginia.
It's a new
Show.
Yes, it is.
You've heard all the other wrestling programs. Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
And you can't beat that.
It's hashtag WrestlePals.
There ain't no stopping us now. We celebrate on the floor. Top down, we're ready to go. To all the people across every nation, turn it up and give me some more.
Woo!
Just forgot you had to
it.
press a button there.
Did it.
Oh shit!
I did it that time.
Hey, I know. And look how much more energy you brought to the room just by
Because I had to get up in the morning.
Really? Oh yeah, that's right. Dig it. Well, good. Hashtag WrestlePal Matt is here. Well, hold on.
Oh,
It's hashtag WrestlePals, everybody. Hi, how are you?
yeah. Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
And then look over there. It's hashtag WrestlePal Justin.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah.
And hashtag WrestlePal Matt.
Oh, woo!
Jesus Christ. And of course,
He left us.
do I have to? This is Tyrannosaurus. He's trying to eat our stupid Jeep.
This is
the
a
Land
Unix
Rover,
system.
whatever.
I know this.
Do you?
Nope.
This is. Please don't tell me we have a Unix system.
Oh, no. I got a Linux system.
And I'm hashtag WrestlePal Nate. Man, that feels weird saying that. I don't like that. But
Makes you feel good, right?
no, well,
Yeah.
woo! You know what? You know what? I'm unabashedly unashamed to be a fan of the art form known as wrestling.
We're pals. We like wrestling.
Okay, let's not take it that far. All right. Okay, let me get through this first part first.
We're not pals? Do we like wrestling?
Okay, when? All right, project all you want, jerk. So hey, man, what happened?
What
I think we had ourselves a little
Payback? Are we talking about Payback next?
That Mel Gibson movie?
No. You're thinking to Pay It Forward.
No, that's the. I understand. That's the Sixth Sense kid. Yeah, I get him and Mel Gibson
Oh.
confused all the time. Now we're on Popped. Great, but no, we had a Payback this past Sunday, and we all got together, and you know what? The biggest fight on the card, the biggest and most vicious thing of the evening, as Justin would not take the damn seat on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, we all get together to have a nice pay-per-view experience, gathering together, like pals. And there's
WrestlePals. Hashtag WrestlePals.
and I come in, I'm the late one to the party. I sit down on the floor. I make myself comfy on the floor.
Sitting on the floor, Nathan.
Justin gets up, hashtag WrestlePal, that jerk, gets up and goes over and takes his nasty, dirty, hardwood kitchen chair and pulls it over to the middle of the room and acts like he's comfy. And he's like, oh, hey, there's couch space. Here, have a seat for you. I'm like, no, you ain't going to out-nice me. And then like 2 hours later, my feet fell asleep and I almost died because of a blood clot. And I had to take the chair. After hashtag WrestlePal Matt intervened, took the couch thing, and started tickling Engineer Heidi. And that got weird for everybody, especially Heidi, because she was like kicking him back. And like, stop it. And it felt like really abusive tickling. And then I had to take the chair, but then hashtag WrestlePal. I don't know, something was on TV too. What was going on?
Payback.
Oh, there will be.
Hey, man. So, like,
Oh, he's calmed me down. He said, hey, man, I'm good now.
the
up, Justin?
card
Nice
opens up
Yeah.
with a beautifully told story.
Yeah.
Like, over what, the course of 3-4 weeks? Well, pretty much since the night after WrestleMania, the tag team tournament has been in place. And it told a story just on television all the way up, leading to a match they're going to have on pay-per-view for the #1 contendership.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Because you know what? You're keeping your tag team champions very, very popular, very entertaining act. Your tag team... I'm not going to wiggle my wiener edge. And you got to keep them out of the ring, keep them fresh, but keep them involved. Oh, it's fantastic. I love a good tournament. I don't like it when it's overused, but this was great use of it.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of people you don't see all the time, seeing them in action, and having the matches matter. It's beautiful.
And it was a good way to usher in 2 new tag teams.
Oh, yes.
Because the 2 new tag teams were in the finals, Enzo
yeah.
and Cass and the Vaudevillains. Now the paper.
I was so excited. This is the match I was looking forward to. Mm-hmm. The entire night, and they opened with it. I was so excited.
Well, New Day comes out first, and they set it up. Oh man, these guys are they're fighting to face us, and then they go pop a squat ringside.
3 beanbag chairs and a pizza.
Yeah,
Pizza
And they were
some
like
Booty-O's.
Instagramming the whole time, and like, oh, it was beautiful.
yeah. And then Enzo and Cass come out, and
Yeah.
they're doing the gimmick. It was just fun. They're doing the gimmick with Enzo, and it was just a lot of fun. And oh man, we're in for it.
It was good. It was a great start to the match. Great match. They're doing that thing that I love where Big Cass just beats everyone with Enzo.
Yes.
Like, I love that more than anything else. He throws Enzo at other people.
You know what I was excited for?
Ropes.
Yeah.
Okay,
The-
hold
the-
on,
I
hold
saw-
on. We got 3 minutes and 48 seconds before we get to this. Okay.
I saw for the first time, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but
Blah.
the full Vaudevillains entrance on
I think it's
the
happened
main
before.
level.
I've seen it.
You know what's crazy? Seeing that they have like the happy, fun like organ crank music if they're
Yeah.
playing face. They can go back and forth between being good guy, bad guy. It's like old school Doink, man.
Yeah.
When Doink had the scary music and creeped me out because I thought about it.
And used to throw water on kids
Oh,
and
it's
confetti
terrifying.
on Bam Bam Bigelow.
And look at them coming out. And they're just terrifying, manly men coming out to wage war.
Yeah. And so they get in the ring there. Like Matt was saying, good solid start to the match. You're setting up for that big, the big Cass hot tag
Yeah.
being the jam right now.
What was amazing?
great.
Cass got some ring time in there too.
Yeah.
It wasn't just Enzo getting beat for 3 minutes and 48. It was
He knows the exact time.
Yeah, because dude.
Well,
Yeah.
the Vaudevillains take charge of the match.
They do.
They start throwing around Enzo, and then they literally throw Enzo
So, right into them.
right into the
He
ropes.
decapitates himself, and he.
Because
It was the worst thing it's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was.
I thought he was selling it first
We
nah,
all did.
dude.
We weren't.
No,
because
dude.
his eyes were completely open.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they didn't move, and nor did he.
Well, when
And then you saw the ref go down there trying to get the little hand squeeze.
Cass went over there,
Yeah.
and I knew when Big Cass went over there to check on him, it's not like there was nobody else around, so it's not like he was over there to defend him. If it was a matter of the ring shenanigans, he went over there to check on him.
Yeah.
And then right after that, boom, ref comes in, stops it.
Because it's crazy. I sent you guys the link to the little vid of that's an Enzo bump. That's one of his things he does where he gets the Irish whip and he
He
kind of
just goes so fast.
he you saw it right, but it's
Yeah.
all planned out. He slides under the bottom rope. And he catches that bottom rope with his arm.
Yeah.
And that slows him down, and he flops himself straight to the floor. And it looks amazing. He's done it 1,000 times. He's
Yeah.
probably done it. He's done it a number of times with the Vaudevillains down in NXT.
Yeah.
And it just looked like you get that thing where it's like, okay, I can either go through those the bottom 2 ropes or I can go under. It's almost like he was too close when they started the spot, and it's like he couldn't decide which one he wanted to go to, and
he goes so fast.
Yeah,
he just goes fast, and everything he does, it's always just that super fast
or being thrown.
charge and being thrown super fast.
Yeah.
He does everything fast. Like I was listening to him on Stone Cold's podcast. That's one of the things he said. He's like, I always just go really fast. When he was playing football, that's the one thing. He'd never catch me. He used to play special teams and just take off. You wouldn't be able to catch him. And I guess he just caught that wrong.
Yeah.
And flung his head straight down into the mat and knocked himself
Well,
cold.
that's the thing. Yeah, he hit the one temple on that second rope, and then if the rope isn't that forgiving.
No.
Not if you're hitting it with your temple.
And then when you follow that up with a
With
nice
the
smack
other
on
temple.
Wow.
Oh.
Just seeing him just wide-eyed and out
Yeah.
was
Body went
stressful.
limp.
You know what really bugs me is I started, I don't
Yeah, it's coward's way out. How dare you?
I don't like looking at the internet for anything because
Yeah.
the internet's a horrible place,
bad place.
especially with some wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
But people are referring to it as a botch. I hate that word. I hate that word so much, and especially in an occasion like this where somebody got hurt, because show some fucking compassion, man.
It's also somebody that you guys like.
Yeah,
That's the thing that gets me.
don't call it a damn botch.
It's like
I mean,
they take pride in
like
haha. I'm pointing it out.
Technically, you're right. Technically, it was a botched move, but the connotation of the word botch is that somebody fucked up.
Haha, you're inferior. It's like, no,
Exactly.
it was a serious accident, dude.
Yeah, and we're talking about a brain here,
A
which
miscommunication. Two artists working together at the top of their performance. A slight miscommunication, and somebody could. Well, there was a legitimate feeling that he could be dead.
yeah,
Dead. Pay-per-view debut. Dead. Oh my god.
too bad.
and
And it sucks. It sucks. It had to be that match.
Yeah, this wasn't somebody performing crap. This wasn't. Well, we can. This is the more R-rated. You said the F word.
Yeah,
Dirty. That wasn't somebody being shitty at their job.
no,
That was a miscue, and it just
it
stuff
went
bad. Man.
went as worst, just about as
Yeah.
worst as it could have possibly gone.
Like these guys on the internet, it's not like when you're bagging somebody's groceries and you put like some eggs
Oh,
on
damn,
the
you-
bottom.
Ah,
Fucking losers.
yeah. Well, dudes, the vast majority of people on there that are vocal, the only way they can feel good about themselves is tearing other people down.
Yeah. So just really quickly, if you're listening live, if you're listening live and you want to get in, you can always tweet us at No Radio Radio. Use hashtag WrestlePals, and we'll read your tweets on the air.
Oh yeah.
Just want to get that out.
Unless they're dumb.
Well, maybe even
No.
if.
Yeah,
You get to
okay.
the front of the line.
Yeah.
Good point.
But if
But
you
he's
want,
okay. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He did walk out. He walked out on his own
You
legs.
know who I felt the worst for? The New Day.
Oh, I know.
They
And they're
had-
just sitting. He's injured, and they're just sitting there
Stuck
like
in
a bunch of
character.
assholes
Yeah.
stuck with the pizza.
'Cause I think it was poor Kofi was like Instagramming the video at the time, like when it happened. You just got to turn it off. Click. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh god.
that's a weird. That's got to be a weird spot to be in, where you're in character and then something like that happens,
Yeah.
and you're just because you can't really. I mean, they can break character, but
Oh
There's-
god.
they gotta pretty much sit there with their pizza on their big bag check.
Yeah.
You better finish.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're going full New Day on them, but they're just kind of stuck there, like, well,
Well, here
Show
we go.
concern, but don't break
pizza.
character.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
of our friends is lying, possibly
That
dead.
I mean, it was just this past year, wasn't it? The Perro Aguayo Jr.
Yeah.
And to see that one,
Somewhat.
this one looked way worse.
Yeah. And I mean, it's somewhat of a similar situation. He flopped on for the 619,
Uh huh.
and it just the rope hit him the wrong way, and
Caught the yeah. It's just
done.
done.
Yeah.
I mean, this could have gone worse.
Yeah.
Crazily enough, this could have gone
The,
worse.
the seeing the announcement later came on Kevin Owens' Twitter as he's
Yeah.
just giving a big thumbs up and a smile. As Enzo's in the background in a hospital gown, just and then Big Cass is in the biggest suit ever. It's awesome.
The great news also is that Enzo and Cass, a lot of their act is based on mic work.
Yeah.
So hopefully he still gets to be on television.
Who-
I can't imagine he's going to be doing anything in the ring anytime
I've been
soon.
saying it all week. He did say the greatest thing ever on Raw.
That is true.
I want to run down the beach into my own arms.
But it just ain't going to happen.
It just ain't gonna happen.
If you want a small spoiler for tonight,
All right.
Big Cass was in action,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know if
Enzo was with him.
Yeah, I don't know or not. So it's like, I saw the pictures, like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got to keep.
Have they said what's gonna happen with the number one contenders thing now?
I didn't see
Guess
any
we'll
of
have
that
to
yet,
watch,
but I have to assume that
Bald villains.
I have to assume that Enzo's gonna be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
At least a month, probably.
Yeah, they're
Brain.
very rigorous with that testing
Yeah,
nowadays.
they don't fuck around with the brain.
Yeah. And honestly, it's not bad. I mean, Enzo and Cass are
Going into it, I say as
they don't-
much as I love Enzo and Cass, I like the Bald villains too. So I any outcome I was cool with. It was gonna be a good matchup against a New Day. How do you guys think it was gonna play out?
Well, I thought I was super worried that originally when the Vaudevillains premiered on a SmackDown, it's like, oh man, they're just gonna these are gonna be feeder guys for other people.
Nope, they gave him jackets.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. And
Those
you know what?
jackets are amazing.
The more that they let
Dick Tracy jackets.
the more that they let Simon Gotch talk, the more in love with him I am. And I feel like, even though they've never been known as the mic guys, especially with New Day on one side and Enzo and Cass on the other side,
yeah.
man, he's up there holding his own. And
That's
I think,
what surprised
I think them and New Day, even just mic work back and forth, it's going to be amazing.
Because it's no secret, I'm a guy who watches for the mic work.
New,
Oh, yeah.
New Day.
And I was shocked because I thought that they were, because I know you've been talking about like one of them's foreign or whatever, and so you had been talking about how he can't talk so good. No, you
What did I
didn't
do?
that.
No.
You never talked that.
And that's your neighbor I was talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's over here babbling something about
But
death
I never saw them
machines.
talk much about. I never saw them talk much in NXT.
Well,
No.
that's kind of the gimmick. They're
Yeah,
silent
it's
movie
silent
but then
villains.
that's why I was so surprised when they hit Raw. They're
they're
all
just-
about.
They just sound very
giving them
erudite and manly.
The mic.
Yes.
But what they were doing in NXT probably wouldn't have worked, and that's what had us so worried.
Yeah, exactly. It
Because-
works in that small scale where they love the goofy stuff.
Yeah, they
Beautiful.
can be silent film stars, but
Uh-huh.
it's translated really well. Do you know how I know the vaudevillains are good?
They didn't get knocked out.
Chris Slowowski of Dead or Alive and Brian Lewis's roommate watches wrestling,
All right.
and he's got Brian watching wrestling with him, and the first name out of his mouth, the vaudevillains.
Can it not be? Even when I started watching NXT, like a year ago, that was one of the first things I saw, and I was like, this is amazing.
Stand out.
I
Be
can't
different.
believe that they're doing this because I didn't really know what NXT was, and I
Right.
didn't really listen to anything you guys said.
Yeah, ever.
Clearly.
So I just started watching NXT because everybody was like, NXT is crazy amazing, and I really like Kevin Owens.
Defense.
When I was seeing that was a gimmick that they were actually going with, it blew my mind because after being like a WWE fan for most of my childhood, right up until they got with that dumb the Attitude.
Yeah, the Attitude Era.
But it blew my mind that they would let somebody go with that gimmick.
And good for Aiden English because he was just kind of floating around with. I loved the singing gimmick. I loved
Yeah.
that. I loved what he was doing, but he wasn't going to get anywhere with that.
Nope.
That was nothing was going to happen with there. And so good for him. He found Gotch, and they're a great unit.
Committed and making it work.
Yeah, and I mean that's something we talked about.
If you don't believe your
couple
own
weeks
gimmick,
ago.
how are you gonna make anybody else believe in it?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So from there, obviously, again, thank goodness Enzo's fine.
Mm-hmm.
From there, Kevin Owens hits the stage.
An amazing thing happens for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of time slotted for that match.
Yeah,
I think
imagine
everybody else got a little bit of time, a little bit
bit
of
of
a
bump.
little bit of room to spread your legs a little bit, and I
Yeah.
think that it benefited amazingly.
I think Owens benefited the most.
Yeah,
And he took full advantage. And that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the thing that I've always had against like guys that people want to bitch, like Wade Barrett specifically.
uh-huh.
You have to seize every single moment you get, every single second, and that's what Kevin Owens did last night. If you put Barrett in that same position, he falters.
Yeah.
I don't think he does nearly as good as Owens. Now, they're very clearly very different characters, very different people. But if you want to be that guy, Wade Barrett, then you need to take advantage of that. You need to show what the hell you are.
Kevin Owens knows where he knows where he's at.
Oh yeah. Well,
and he's a worker.
And I guess in fairness, he got the full green light from Trips, before coming up. Go be
you,
yourself.
have fun. Yeah.
But still, you have to take chances. I mean, we talked about that, again, just earlier, just about the vaudevillains. You have to take chances. You have to do something. And
Commit. You're not going to make a fool of yourself. People are going to respect you.
yeah. And so we have Owens versus Zayn. Really great wrestling match. Again, the brief stint we got from the tag match, great wrestling for that, short amount of time. Right into another really good wrestling match.
Yeah.
How about that promo video
It's
leading into the
it's
match?
amazing.
Right? And it involves some of the history between the two of them, coming up, and imagine that, telling a story for the quote unquote popcorn match. Actually having a story ready to go, having promo, getting people fired up for a match that technically isn't anything but pride.
Yeah, and it doesn't need a belt,
Right.
and it's they can't even go into their full history of it. But still, there's nothing that can compare to the WWE production as far as the package goes.
Oh, yeah.
They can and often do make you care about something you didn't think you
They've
cared about.
influenced sports. I was reading an article about this.
Oh,
they
yeah.
actually influenced how like the NFL, the NBA put together their packages.
Beautiful. I think it was 14 minutes on that match too, and
Yeah,
then
nice amount of time.
Owens ends up going over clean,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Oh yeah.
And you know why it's fine? Because those two are going to be fighting forever.
Oh yeah. That's not.
Oh,
the
you
end of
won
that.
the match? Cool. I'm gonna come and punch you later.
The great thing is, they could hit pause on it right now.
Yep.
I hope they don't. I want to see more.
Yes.
But
You
they
will.
They could hit pause on this right now and come back to it months down the line,
They will forever.
and they can.
And that's the beauty of it. Two guys that trust each other that much
Yeah.
and they bring out the best and worst of one another and
Yeah.
put it on display, and it's damned entertaining to watch.
So speaking of entertaining, and speaking of Owens taking advantage,
Uh-huh.
goes and gets a mic.
Give me a
no,
mic.
sorry, he gets Byron
Brian?
to grab a mic and come in the ring and interview him. Interview me, interview me, and he gets him in there and then whispers loudly so the mic can pick it up.
Beautiful.
Ask me this, and
And then he doesn't, like a dum-dum. You stupid Brian.
then Owens gives him crap about that, and again, just taking full advantage.
Good
Of your
for
situation.
Byron playing along with it, too.
Yeah, well, I mean that's his character.
Yeah.
Like, and again, fully immerse in it, and that's who you are right now. So, and then he says, you know what? Byron actually says Cesaro and Miz is next, the Intercontinental Championship, because that's what Owens like hammers home. I'm coming back for my Intercontinental Championship.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. You mean you want that title back? Oh my God.
There's
you
value
want it?
to it?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Amazing.
Even if he doesn't win it, just the fact that he wants it back
Uh-huh.
still.
Gives credibility to it.
Yes.
And credibility to Miz and Cesaro's match.
Exactly.
It means something now.
Yeah.
It isn't just these two settling their differences, which they haven't had a lot of time to tell that story, but they have told a little bit of a story. Though I really wish that Cesaro had like hit a Maurice in French. It was would have made me happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Owens goes over and sits on commentary.
Yes.
Puts the big giant headphones on his big giant head, and then puts a big giant cowboy hat on top of it. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Well, again, he keeps coming after Byron. Like, just
And
shut up,
Cole.
Byron. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's got him in a sleeper hold. That's what you've got us all in, Cole. A sleeper hold. He's on the verge. You're on the verge. Oh, it's amazing. And he's just ready to jump in at those moments. And I love seeing it because you saw JBL backed off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because, Owens is showing him respect every time he says something. A very smart man, JBL. And then he's just getting out of the way so he can crap on Cole. And Cole has the thing on his feet. And it's great.
Yes.
Improved the product by sitting over at that table.
And it gives you a break from JBL because we all know
They're having fun.
sometimes
Shut up.
Sometimes it's just like just shut. It irks me because sometimes like he'll just toss in this random little fact. I'm like, oh my God, perfect, man.
Yeah.
That we so needed that right now. And then other times he does like you just said, where
He's
it's
the
just like,
guy.
oh God, shut up. Don't do that. That's stupid.
He's the guy.
He's
Trying
the
to make
guy.
it happen.
The guy.
The guy.
No, we'll talk about that.
Shwe. Soft e shwe. He's the guy. The.
So Cesaro and Miz. Now we saw this at the house show.
Oh yeah.
And
I think we're all very, very surprised at how good that match was when we saw them at the house show. Just a dumb house show. But Cesaro's playing around a little with them, stealing his glasses.
yeah.
It was a fun match. And then, so it was no surprise that this is another good match.
And, here we are, 3 matches in, another great wrestling match.
Yeah.
Another great.
It was a good wrestler show.
Yeah.
The
I am
wrestlers.
I am bummed that there was a little bit less fun than the house show match that
Yeah.
we saw.
Well, that's
I
the
expected a
difference
little more.
between the stage product and the playing around product.
Yeah, but I mean, again, all in all, man, Cesaro makes Miz look great.
Cesaro
Although,
makes
you know what?
everybody-
I gotta say
Yeah.
one thing that bothered, and this I know that this gets on Nate's nerves too.
Yeah.
The camera work was noticeably bad
Yeah,
in this match. It kind of punctuated by Cesaro going for the big swing. I don't know why it's impressive to see that man twirl another man like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why they can't just stick with the wide shot. I don't know why they got to go in for that gimmicky zoom.
This
Just
is
give us the wide shot. I want to see him.
How good.
The athleticism of that.
just from a film directing standpoint, how good would it be to just go to a wide shot where the ring is small in the mid screen? You're seeing the crowd. The crowd's going nuts at this point, and just seeing the two twirling there.
Just a round and a
It would be an
there's something
iconic shot that would be
Well,
all his.
It's hypnotic to watch him, and this is more of a film kind of thing. You're right. But there's something hypnotic watching him twirl with that perfect precision that he does without having to cut back and forth to the gimmicky. Whoa.
It took away.
It takes away from it.
I am surprised that they haven't done that. I feel like that's the perfect shot. Like that's what I thought. Maybe the crowd gets excited when he motions. Man, I'm gonna swing him.
You can get all that in one steady shot.
Yeah.
Far back, crowd shot, ring in the middle. God.
You know how I know that? Because they had that shot.
Yeah.
They just kept cutting in with that other stupid shot with the gimmicky tricks.
The
You
wonky
don't
cam.
always need gimmicky tricks.
Yeah, you don't need. There's plenty of action happening. You don't need to try.
I
to
feel
accentuate it.
sometimes that they wait for a move to happen and then they try to cut right at the apex of whatever the move is. They cut to another angle that they think is more exciting,
impactful.
But in that switch, your eyes and your brain can't really tell what's going on. Because you're used to, okay, so he's got him up for the power bomb, and then right before he gets him with the power bomb, they switch to another angle, and you miss all of the momentum and the force that's going into it because that cut takes away from it.
Yeah.
If these guys are, and these are some of the best people at what they do, so it makes me nuts
Yeah, but
that they
here's-
don't get how much momentum and force they're losing going to another.
I feel like there's two things at play here. Number one, Kevin Dunn has been doing the job for far too long, and like he's the producer, and he just has this stock stuff that is just it's gonna happen. And
These are the tricks. Let's go back to them.
yeah, and he's clearly not willing to evolve because the product is evolving rapidly right now, and it has been for ever since Punk's pipe bomb. I hate using that as a reference point, but if you go,
It's ADBC right there, man.
yeah, if you go there, and I mean, even if you watch those first Raws, like afterwards, there was a noticeable difference. You watch pre-Punk, post-Punk pipe bomb, noticeably different. It's still not good or great, but you continually watch it evolve coming to now, and it's changed, and he's not willing to budge on it. And Vince just goes.
It's starting to be noticeable.
It's very much so.
Especially last night, and it's not just a last night problem.
No.
we talk about it. It seems like we talk about it at least once or twice every
pay-per-view for sure.
pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And I really wish that they would get a more cinematic eye in there to produce the show. It's just they're missing stuff, and they're cutting away too early, and it's just as a filmmaker, it's really frustrating.
They could do a lot less. They could do a lot less and get a whole lot more out of it.
Raw and the pay-per-views are different, and they need to start being treated as such.
Yeah.
Because there's more wrestling on the pay-per-views now, and they're not treating it that way.
I hate to say
treating
it,
it
they
like
need an
Raw.
artist. They need an artist. They needed somebody with an artistic eye to get in there. I mean, and I hate to bring this up, but you know what I thought was visually striking every time I've seen it has been that Luchador Underground, Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah,
Oh, the luchador.
From the Luchador Underground. But from like a film perspective, from
That's how it's made.
just
It's made like a
artistic
film.
It's very cinematic, and there are ways to make the WWE more cinematic without going to like that oversaturated kind of film grainy look. You don't need all that, but there are certain things you can take from that and apply to the WWE product, and it would make it way more artistic.
yeah. Well, let's see. So that takes us up to
Okay, mid-match.
Yes.
Owens is on commentary. All of a sudden, hey, there's nothing been resolved. Here comes Sami Zayn flying over the announce table and just beating the crap out of Owens. And then it distracts from the match in the ring, and
It spills over into the ring.
yeah. And Cesaro knocks him down, and then and a roll up. I hate a roll up, but still worked fine here. Miz rolls up, gets the 1, 2, 3 of Cesaro.
But I mean, at least in this case, you're supposed to hate the roll up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fine because
Yeah.
it's a distraction, and it's all leading to Extreme Rules coming up. You're gonna have 4-way.
Looks like it.
Yeah, but it's so weird. Something that caught me off on that. The match has been settled. Zayn and Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Then here comes Zayn attacking Owens.
Yeah,
A heelish move.
a little bit.
Look up in the ring. What happens? Cesaro gets rolled up. Match is settled. Match is over. Cesaro gives the neutralizer to the Miz. That's kind of a heelish move. I like this. I
I
like
feel-
that there's no defined roles of oh shucks I lost.
Yeah.
It's everybody's vying and it all builds the title.
Yeah, and it's all also a little bit of let's give the crowd a little bit of what they want.
Yeah.
Neutralizer is going to make people excited, especially Chicago. It's going to make people excited. And since we're talking about Chicago, just real briefly before we get to the next match, really proud of that crowd until we get to later.
Until later.
But they were a really good wrestling crowd. And I mean, traditionally are, but they're also known for hijacking shows when it's not going their way.
Which they did
They did. And,
to an extent.
yeah.
I mean, we were all expecting that.
oh,
Chad.
yeah.
I did-
I was expecting that all night, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
God,
they
yeah.
didn't do it at all until the one point. So let's see.
When it was deserved, by the way. We'll get to that in a minute.
I guess in some respects.
Yeah, we'll take different sides of that argument here in a minute.
Yeah. All right. So where do we go from here?
Oh, well, you have, I believe it was Ambrose and Jericho next.
Aha. Yes. Again, another great wrestling match. I
very
really
good.
enjoyed it. And man, how about this? Jericho gets the big win at WrestleMania,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't understand it. It's like, okay, well, what's going on here? And then I don't know what I thought, but I'm glad to see that it happened. Dean Ambrose gets a big win,
Yes.
clean.
Well, I think your problem with WrestleMania is you probably weren't expecting Jericho to keep going beyond WrestleMania.
No,
Jericho's been on I mean, for a 60-year-old, he's been on a tear.
this
His
ret-
grandkids are so excited.
this return has been his best return in years.
So
Yeah.
good.
Just getting so many great matches. And I guess, we thought with Jericho winning, that meant the feud with AJ was going to continue, which
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of. But it didn't. It spilled over a little bit into the next night on Raw with the 4-way, but then they pulled those two apart.
Yeah.
And good.
And AJ's been able to succeed in spite of it. Mm-hmm. Jericho had some credibility built back up. He's a definite threat. And Ambrose finally getting a good pay-per-view win, not having to be the whipping boy, man.
Yeah. And I'm really curious because I feel like I saw a video of Dean promoting Extreme Rules. I do wonder, are they going to let him go? Like,
You want to talk about, yeah, if he takes advantage in that sort of environment.
I mean-
it felt like the street fight at WrestleMania.
it wasn't a street fight. It
No,
was
definitely not.
It was just called one. And this is one of those occasions where it's okay to I try not to think about his past pre WWE or anybody's really,
Right.
because technically speaking, it doesn't count.
You're a character.
Right.
I want to see what this character does.
But leading into Mania, that's what they were building him as. Mm-hmm. And now you have a chance to showcase what you were trying to make Dean Ambrose going into WrestleMania. I don't know who they put him in the ring with, but I feel like you have to pull that trigger because the people already love him. And now if he does this at that pay-per-view specifically, and he just goes off and he
Makes it his show. He could make this his show.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It to me it seems no brainer. Maybe I'm just becoming a homer for the guy, but
Hey, we don't judge. Whatever, man. I mean,
Yep.
if
If you need to, bang it out.
your poor wife, Jesus, Justin, God, stop it! Don't do the visual.
Front row.
Camera's off.
yes. So again, big win for him,
Yeah.
and so
Meant something.
Well,
It was nice.
yeah, and now we'll see where he goes from here. Does that take us to the showstopper, so to speak?
Whoa. Did you guys just go past the Dean Ambrose match without mentioning one of our biggest fans?
What do you mean?
You got to give a shout out to Leslie.
Oh yes.
Who?
Leslie, we hope you enjoyed that Dean Ambrose performance. It's the new segment called "Giving Leslie a Little Props."
Ah,
Okay, continue.
She's great.
she great.
Moving on to the women's championship match.
Ah yes.
Man, I was excited going into this one.
Oh yeah, and again they did a great job of building it up. Great
Yeah.
storytelling coming in,
Made you believe Natty's a credible threat, which is great.
and she is, and she
Feel
should
bad
be
for
treated
her
as
gloves.
Always should be.
I feel like she didn't pick the best choice in gloves
much in handwear.
and handwear. She was able to ditch one of them,
Yeah,
which
well.
made me very happy.
Now, again, great match. Really enjoyed what they put together.
Yeah, and you had.
Did you?
You had.
What about the end?
You had
what about
Brett-
the end?
You had Brett in Natty's corner. You
Okay,
had
I'll
Rick
sit
in Charlotte's corner.
We ready to talk about the end now?
Hey, it's good stuff. Great
Remember-
match.
okay, so they were
good length
wrestling,
of time.
and that was fun.
Man, whatever the conclusion this is going to
It's
be, it's
really
really going to
good.
mean something because a lot of good stuff has happened.
No. Okay, wait, are we going to talk about it now?
I don't get it. Like
I didn't like it.
I just said,
I didn't like
they
it.
did
What
great.
a hunk of horse shit that was.
What is this? We finally try to legitimize women's wrestling and,
And
they
then you
did that
admit-
garbage?
Immediately rehash just because Brett's hanging over there. Where the hell was Jim the Anvil, huh?
I looked over at Bret Hart
I
and he
know
was
where
like,
he's at.
I legitimately have hard feelings about this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why we're making fun of this.
Is this fun for you, dicks?
They did such a great
This
job
really
telling,
happened to me.
telling a story in.
Why'd they do that?
I mean, I guess maybe we'll get an answer on Raw. But
I think they're going to continue that feud a little bit, which will be fine.
Yeah.
It'll keep Charlotte occupied and
Natty on television.
and then building up. It looks like Sasha's going to get the big build into SummerSlam, and that's cool.
Yeah, totally.
So Charlotte's got to do something in the meantime, or else the title stops meaning something.
But why? Why did we have
Why
to do
then?
that?
You know why?
Why did it happen?
So that for vengeance, Natty could put Charlotte in the sharpshooter, and 78-year-old Bret Hart could grab
Just off of
94-year-old.
just off of surgery, mind you.
Yes, for his prostate.
Yeah.
This wasn't like, hey, I have this
He
weird-looking
beats
mole,
prostate cancer, which is the hardest
Months ago.
cancer to
which is
beat.
the worst of the
Months
horsemen.
ago.
And then poor elderly Ric Flair gets put in a sharpshooter. Did he bleed? I'm sure he did. Whatever.
He's bleeding now.
Not to mention, TJ was injured.
Oh,
Oh, no.
And then
Poor
you guys
guy.
watched Total Divas afterwards.
He was watching at home. TV fell on his leg. It's
Ah.
terrible.
Awful.
Broken.
Yeah.
I saw somebody like trying to give crap to Brett about the sharpshooter. And I'm like, come on, man. Firstly, he's old. Secondly, he just had surgery.
It's not like
Lay the
Third,
fuck off.
he just got reminded of one of the worst experiences of his life.
Right?
and it's man. As much as I hate, this is beginning. Maybe it was just a WrestleMania thing. I hate that the legends feel like they're on a pedestal.
Yeah.
It makes me wish Randy Orton would come back with the Legend Killer gimmick. I hate that the legends can come out and just clear house with like a punch and stuff, but they put legend against legend. This poor Ric Flair taking a beating from Bret Hart. So sad.
So we haven't even alluded to what actually happened. We just shit all over it because none
Because
of
it's
us liked
dumb.
It was the
Chicago-
Chicago screw job.
Yeah.
Yeah, very reminiscent of the Montreal screw job, in which Bret Hart was put into his own finisher, the sharpshooter, by one Shawn Michaels, and he never really tapped. But what the hell's the bell ringing for? What? Shawn Michaels won? It's all same deal here.
Let me tell
except
you,
Charlotte-
I just got back from Chicago not too long ago.
Yeah?
Everything is the Chicago screw job
fair
when you're in Chicago.
But
it.
dude,
Why?
I don't know.
Why
Okay,
they do that?
cool. Just keep the story going to Extreme Rules, and I don't know,
They
give
couldn't
Natty a
figure out
goddamn
a-
kendo stick.
Like,
Have
why
fun.
would Charles Robinson
Y'all go
do
have
that?
fun out there.
Like Little Nate? Are we bringing back Little Nate?
Hey, well,
Is that what we're doing?
Was Dangerous Danny Davis busy? Is that what- Sorry.
Okay, let's move away from this. Fast and Far.
No,
Bums
doesn't
me
go.
out.
It doesn't go fast after that. You know what we get?
Ah.
We finally get the decision who's going to
Oh.
run Raw.
Oh, I went and took a poop.
You did.
Yeah, I took a
We
dump.
noticed. You didn't miss anything. You may have had more fun because the segment was supposed to be, who's gonna get it, and it's like, of course, this would be Shane because that's what everybody wants, or maybe Stephanie. will do
Yeah,
good,
no,
I don't know.
that's not what happened. So they talked for 20
It
minutes.
doesn't matter what happened. Oh, I should have done it in the voice, shouldn't I? I was just really saying it doesn't matter
It
because it was just a
was
segment
so
self-aggrandizing. Because they wanted to
Like
fill
I
it up.
pooped for a while.
Matt, who was the star of the card? Who was the biggest star on the card? Nope,
Natty.
it was McMahon's. All of them. Because it was all about them.
What about Kevin Owens?
Nope, Vince McMahon, the biggest, brightest star on the card.
Was it TJ?
No, God, no, poor man. You know how you have like the like the attic you get at Crawlins like
Yeah.
it fell on him the entire.
Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry, I don't want to take.
Oh, are the cats okay?
Oh, they're fine. They're skittish. They almost land on their feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Which is
They have
terrible.
9 lives.
Yeah, they're
Fine.
fine. So does he.
Oh,
And if he only had 18 ankles, he'd be a lot better off.
Aw.
Perhaps with a half dozen knees.
He's
he'd
so
be-
good on that show, though.
You know what? Good for him. If he can make his bones,
It's not
but
that great.
whatever.
CM Punk. CM Punk. CM
Is that where we're at?
McMahon's go on forever and ever, and when Vince comes out, he's met with
Immediately.
CM Punk chants.
They were trying to make him address it, I guess.
Which is cool.
And in some respects, I understand that if there's ever a spot on the pay-per-view to do it,
He
Okay.
deserved to get some shit thrown at him.
At least
because-
it wasn't during a match.
Yes,
Right.
Yes.
um,
Because nobody was working on this shit. It was terrible. Terrible. And I like that they have the they don't try to drown it out. They don't try to speak over it. They just you go ahead and tire yourself out. Our tag match went 3 minutes, so we got time.
and McMahon actually starts orchestrating them, and yeah,
Oh, we're not gonna do what you tell me.
yeah.
Cool, DX. Yeah, we've seen this.
I will say, I don't know. Like I'm split on this because I love when they make a big deal out of this, like they did it with Sting answering Triple H a couple years back about the WrestleMania match. I like them using these spots for big announcements and things.
Yeah.
Make people buy the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah. So what was the big announcement?
Well, is Shane
Maybe I
gonna
was
run it?
pooping at that
Is
time.
Stephanie gonna run it? Nope. They're gonna have to figure out a way to work together, and they'll
Oh,
both
boy.
run. They're both gonna be in control. Well, you know what? I'm willing to see where this goes. It didn't need 15 minutes and this giant orchestrated spot for it.
But at least we didn't have to wait long. At least there was a little bit of a payoff to that.
Yeah.
During the
Yeah,
main-
yeah. During the
It's not like we had to wait around for well, what are they gonna do? Okay, well
How are they gonna work
kinda,
together?
They kind of set the stage for what was gonna happen.
yeah, they're gonna upstage each other from here on out forever.
and I did like that.
I think the biggest issue, like you said, was how much time it took up. And I guess on one hand, you had a match that didn't go its full length, so you're just trying to cover some time.
And on the other hand, someone's dead.
Maybe.
And I'm bored out of my gourd watching
man.
the segment.
it
completely
it came
deflated.
very late in the
Don't
show
act
for
like
that.
we
to
don't
happen.
have devices that we could use.
But and it was that update that they kept giving on Enzo. Well, he's speaking, and his extremities are moving. So all I'm picturing is him just gibberish, and his hands and feet just.
That part makes Matt laugh.
Because I
I
have
like
to do
that
this
part.
visual, and he's like, the monkey's dancing. Look at him. I understand. I'm happy to
good.
be a dancing monkey.
And it's better than me having to watch the McMahons talk about how rich they are.
That could have been trimmed down to 10.
Or
I
5.
would.
Or not happened.
Or Raw, whatever.
Put it
Hey.
on Raw.
Well, I mean, again,
No, I
if-
needed it for the booking for the final.
F it.
Right.
Put it on SmackDown.
but I mean,
Make it a tag team match, Teddy. Come on.
5 to 10 minutes,
Sorry.
and why not give a little bit more time to the main? I mean,
Next.
let's let these guys shine.
Yeah. So it was what it was.
It
That-
was what it was.
That's the direction going forward.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody says that means what it is.
At least the camera work wasn't terrible.
So that takes us to the main event: AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the World
Don't even want none.
Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, little dog.
I do. I have a little dog.
And I feel like I could be wrong here. That Roman starts off in charge.
Okay.
Cool, and he
Roman
should
in
be.
Charge, my favorite sitcom of the 80s.
He should be.
Yeah.
Because he's this badass.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's the guy.
Not the guy. The guy.
Stop trying to get. Oh,
Sorry,
God,
dude, I'm sorry.
JBL.
Just telegraphing it and then Roman performing it terribly. Come on, man. I don't consider myself a good actor, but damn. Understand where the emphasis should be, huh?
JBL just continually
Yeah, he's
the
trying to
guy.
help. He's trying to help.
Yeah, but no.
It's not helping. Stop it.
Just the whole approach to it. I still maintain that the one versus all is the one he should be pushing.
Yeah, but you can't do that when you have the Usos.
Or if you're the guy. Oos.
But man,
The Usos.
it's just I don't feel like Roman looked that strong very much in the match at all.
No, AJ.
You know, I thought he was going to be in there, and AJ's going to be this ultimate underdog. But AJ is outperforming him, which he should, because he's a better performer.
Yeah.
Just fine. But you know, they still looked good throughout it. But man, it looked like AJ was the strong of the two.
yeah.
You know, he's like 6 inches shorter, and he's looking way stronger. And that bothers me, because I want Roman to just be dominant. But
The problem is he doesn't have anything to be dominant with.
yeah,
He's got
he just
the spear. He's got the Superman punch, the basement. His moveset is built very babyface.
yeah.
And, you know, like Cena's 5 moves of doom everybody complains about, but look, he's the ultimate babyface. So that's all the moves he needs to get
Right.
away from, you know, to come back. And that's all Roman has is his I mean, doesn't have, he may have a Samoan drop, I assume.
I assume they standard issue, but man, I don't know. It's like if they want Roman to be the badass, I just wish they would feed some people to him.
Yeah.
Let him just dominate and lay waste to people.
And,
It doesn't have to be anybody big.
Wouldn't that have been a good spot for AJ to be having these comebacks? Like, I don't know what they're... I mean, again, we'll see what happens on Raw. I hate saying that, you know, because I say it every week. But, like, there could be a reason that he was winning most of the match.
Yeah.
I can't... right here, right now, I can't see why.
I can't understand the build of that match. It just drives me crazy. But I mean,
I feel like that's what Payback is, though, because it's almost always... I feel like... Was Payback last year Rollins and Orton?
I don't.
Or was it
remember.
the 4-way?
I have no idea.
But it's a very loose... Like, even the year before that, it was D-Bry and Kane,
Oh God.
right? So
Maybe.
this is the one where it's like, okay, we have
This
to do
is the
this,
one to get us there.
and then we got to do this.
Here's the thing, though. I think I hope you liked the card because I got a feeling we're going to see almost a carbon copy of it.
In 3
weeks, which is fine, cool. You don't have a lot of time to build new stories. You know, branch out on the stories that you have. Continue telling those stories.
Well, as a matter of
So
fact,
don't be surprised if you see Jericho and Ambrose again. Don't be surprised if you see Roman and AJ again.
we will see AJ and Roman again. They actually announced that. But before we get there,
Okay.
Matt referenced this before.
A lot of booking in this match, huh?
But you know what? For once, I actually liked it.
Yeah, it's
You
fine.
normally what happened, I'd be like, come on, do we need all this? But it immediately made Vince McMahon's statement or his announcement
mean
something. And again, that's all I ask for. Like,
Yeah.
have stuff mean something,
Right.
anything. So what is it? It ends up with a count out.
Countouts. AJ wins with countouts.
can't-
Shane comes. I'm sorry.
He
Shane comes out.
Yeah.
Says restarted. We're not doing that. No countouts.
Yeah,
It's fine.
cool. No
Yeah.
countouts. Let's restart
Sweet.
the match.
I wish it had been a little quicker.
Yeah,
Because I felt like, cool. But then, what happened after that? It was they went to a no DQ. Because an accidental low blow,
yeah.
and AJ won again, right? With an
Yeah, Roman accidentally
because Roman
dick
hit-
punched him.
Yes, it's the least favorite clown.
Dick punched the clown.
Some character work for Good Morning, Good Drug Station there.
But it's your favorite high C.
It's definitely my favorite. My favorite.
Yes.
Actor.
We got you. Cool. So there's DQ finish, and then Stephanie comes out, ones up Shane by giving no DQ.
No DQ. Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Guess
Which
what?
sucked because I really wanted some DQ.
Now,
You guys wouldn't
you
let me go
really
out and
wanted
get
ice
some.
cream bad.
Blizzard every 2 seconds.
I wanted it
Blizzard
too.
right now.
I know. Let's go. Storm rolling through. So Stephanie comes out, says restart it, no DQ. Green light for Gallows and Anderson to come on in.
Yeah.
And-
telegraphed, but
And it does. Well, that's the thing. It definitely wasn't AJ with them.
Right.
Which I think AJ has just he's had a freaking rocket on the babyface side of things. He's like the top babyface right now, as far as I'm concerned. And like nobody gives a shit. Here's Gallows and Anderson interfering. And they still weren't with him yet, so that storyline gets to continue. No appearance by Balor yet. Nobody knows what he's doing. He's an amazing troll on Twitter.
Yeah.
Don't listen to him. He's a liar. He's a demon, some would say. Ooh. And then the Usos come out to help.
Oos.
Oh,
The cousins.
yeah. And then just all kinds of madness and mayhem and craziness,
Oos.
and I don't know what happened after that.
And a lot of oos.
And
No, it happened exactly like we thought it was gonna, because phenomenal form. Oh, an incredible one off the top rope.
Yeah.
so many.
And yeah, he did hit a lot of them.
Everyone's
Phenomenal.
all right. Fair enough.
Got anyone then?
2 count, and actually before the 2 count, I think it was Nate who says,
I got a little dog.
"Is this how it's gonna go? Is he? Oh my god!" And then 2 count, and I was like, "Nah, man, the room's got to get inflated with a spear first."
Gonna knock all the air out of everyone.
And
And then
what
that
happened?
happened.
Like 2 seconds later,
And then we all just
spear.
couldn't look at each other in the eye.
Yep. I said, crap. When's Camp WWE on?
It's a
And
bummer.
then it came right on.
Oh my God!
on.
On demand because it's mature.
But I mean, we all knew it was gonna happen.
There was a lot of, for lack of a better word, fuckery.
Yeah.
Storyline gets to continue to Extreme Rules.
And that's what they said. We're gonna get it again at Extreme Rules
Cool.
with Extreme Rules. That's the match.
Cool.
So we'll see.
I don't know what AJ can do in that. I'm excited to see it.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Well, we know somebody's bringing his new finisher, the dick punch.
Yes.
Very effective, especially when you flip him over a railing onto a German announce table and he lands dick first.
Ooh,
Poor Roman.
that was a rough one.
And he's like,
He did take it right to the dick. I hope he wasn't hard.
the ref's over there. That's Fandango. Different guy.
Fandangy.
He's the dancer man. What? What do you have?
Some speculation.
CM Punk might return to face The Undertaker at the main event of WrestleMania 32.
God, I hate
I
that
don't think
fucking
people
guy.
understand how big of a deal this is. Wade Barrett isn't some burnt out in his later years wrestler. This guy's best years are
He's
ahead of him.
26 and doesn't give a shit.
Reports say Vince initially wanted to fire O'Neill altogether. Several sources close to Wrestle Talk News, though, have since expressed their opinion that this entire fiasco is in fact a work.
That's all speculation, goddammit. And his name is John Cena.
Purely speculation.
Can't see me.
You're right there. Shut up.
You're right there.
Time's now.
So
It's getting
Tell you
close.
whose time is now.
What?
Camp WWE.
That's what you want to talk about? I needed to go home and get to sleep so I could go to work next day. Nope. Camp WWE's coming on. And we
Shower.
could
Well,
not
we might as
look
well
away.
watch it, right?
Yeah, whatever.
So
So we did.
So we did.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about it?
Good on them for doing some original content. Bad on them for hiring Seth Green.
Yeah. Okay. Look. All right. Watch the show. I like cameos. I like kid versions of that's
Sure.
a fantastic concept. I like.
Did you like the weird
I-
homoerotic, slightly pedophilia joke?
Yes.
Why
I
were there
loved it.
so much pedophilia?
I loved hearing the joy in Vince McMahon's voice as he was in a booth saying "ha ha," and just he was just having a ball doing it. I appreciated that.
Sure.
The Stephanie character I like. The Triple H character really creeps me to.
Didn't make any sense.
Do not. I don't. Well, I get it. He's trying to suck up and every time the voice actor gets the on the end, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
But I went home and I really thought about it, which is a shame. I shouldn't have. I know what bothers me
I
about
haven't
the show.
thought about it until right now.
I know what bothers me about the show. No incidental music. A lot of silence.
You know what bothers me about the show?
You know what? I know.
Lack of funny jokes.
Man, if they just had some Scooby Doo, booch, booch, boom.
Why was Ric Flair trying to fuck a rock?
Have you ever met Ric Flair in public?
He tries to fuck rocks.
And bears.
Leslie and Katie have met him.
Bears,
So why
I'm
don't you ask them?
fine.
I'm sure he assaulted them.
In a tire swing.
I think Ric Flair had took indecent
Yes!
liberties with Leslie.
No. He's old now. He tried.
I saw him fuck a rock.
And Iran. The entire Middle East, in fact.
I'm gonna
Brief stint in North Korea.
whenever the next one comes out, I'm gonna watch it.
Yes, we're going to. I insist.
I want to give it a shot,
I want to give it a shot right in the eye.
but I don't feel like it's gonna get any better than that. I feel like that's the plateau, and it got a couple cheapo fart
Sure,
jokes in there.
pedophilia.
I don't know that I laughed at that, but
There were a couple decent lines. Ah, my legs have betrayed me. They'll pay for that. That's great. That's pretty okay.
it's a bra. I can't wear that, probably.
Didn't
I like
make
that.
sense. Didn't make sense. But that was good. It's the absurdist humor is the easiest humor because it's absurd.
His watch, almost murder, slaughter.
Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, okay.
Fun enough.
Was that actually Sergeant Slaughter?
Yeah, it was Sergeant Slaughter.
Why haven't we seen his Triple T tank?
I don't know yet.
We better see a Triple T.
Stay tuned. But I think it's I give it a chance. I wish it had some incidental music. That's the only thing. That's what really bothered me about it.
You know
Something
what
to
I
tie it all
wish?
together.
I wish it didn't exist.
I mean, I get it. I mean, the whole time I'm just kind of groaning, just like, oh.
Something
I
about-
had
the
high
original
hopes for it.
the original programming has been so good.
Yeah.
I kind of like 8-year-old Kevin Owens and 8-year-old
They
Roman
didn't do
Reigns.
anything.
Yeah, they had s'mores.
They were background
trying.
characters.
Well, I like that.
Even the Undertaker was like not funny. Like
No,
the
that
kids
was
weren't
terrible.
funny. There's a lot of. What are they doing? Now I'm actually getting mad.
If they would,
great.
if they would
There's so
lampoon and
much-
skewer the characters,
No kidding.
I hope they go that direction.
They've got so much rich. Like, why wasn't R-Truth funnier? Kid
You said a
R-Truth
bad
wasn't
word.
funny.
What about little kid Steve Austin? It was all right. Drinking,
No!
the 8-year-old drinking beer.
It wasn't.
Middle fingers.
Your
everywhere.
parents are dead. That whole thing.
So like, there's so much they could do with that, and they don't do it because they were like, "I'm Seth Green. I have no talent. I'm not funny." Robot Chicken is damn near unwatchable.
Yeah. I've
Oh, fuck that show.
Here's one
Fuck
thing.
Seth Green.
One thing I hope for it is that I hope that each and every individual woo was recorded individually in separately.
Why'd he fuck that rock?
Because
I'm actually
nature's
okay
fun.
with him fucking the bear.
twice. He fucked the bear twice.
Sometimes you got it.
Woo!
Oh god. Woo. Hashtag swear to fuck. This has been hashtag Russell. Oh, I know we're on the edge, right? There's a hashtag
already
Russell.
past it, so
There's a
it's
hashtag
okay.
Russell Justin. Hashtag Russell Matt. Hashtag Russell Nate. He's Justin's.
At the
Fuck the
Hulkster.
Twitters. You don't give a good goddamn. Oh, Justin's at the Hulkster. Yeah, for real. Matt's at Have Issues. I'm Nate. I'm at the Nate Project. If you're digging what we're doing, want us to keep doing this, go to patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. Check it out. $1 gets you access to our entire back catalog.
All of it. All of the categories.
Not just this show, every show. What
Every
show?
show.
All show.
What categories?
Fitness.
Teens? What? Big titties?
Oh, God.
I got a little dog. Great. Just
What
gonna
are the
wait.
categories? Amateur?
Ooh.
Amateur wrestling?
BBW?
They don't want no.
Wrong show.
Black on white?
Goddamn hashtag Russell.
Racial?